Dustin Diamond's final hours were quiet. On February 1st, 2021, inside a home in Cape Coral, Florida, machines were turned off. Friends were nearby. His girlfriend had spoken to him the day before. Even struggling to breathe, Dustin softly said, "I love you."
He was so funny.
Yeah. To Screech.
Screech.
A building with two buildings, one of whom is balding.
Just 3 weeks earlier, he had learned something that changed everything. Stage 4 small cell carcinoma. An aggressive cancer, fast spreading, almost impossible to stop. At only 44 years old, Dustin Diamond passed away. No big funeral, no public goodbye. He asked for peace. That was the end of a life the world had watched since he was a child. But to understand how he got there, we have to go back. Way back. Dustin Neil Diamond was born on January 7th, 1977, in San Jose, California. His father worked in digital electronics. His mother worked with computers. He grew up in a normal middle-class home, quiet, stable, nothing flashy. As a kid, Dustin was energetic, curious, a little awkward. He attended school, spent time with friends, and showed early interest in performing. He was Jewish and went to a Lutheran school, already learning how to live between different worlds. At 10 years old, his life changed. He landed a role on a small TV show called Good Morning, Miss Bliss. Nobody knew it then, but that show would soon transform into something much bigger. Saved by the Bell, and Dustin became Samuel Screech Powers, the nerdy kid with curly hair, high voice, big heart. Screech wasn't cool, he wasn't popular, but he was unforgettable. Millions of kids across America watched him every week. Saturday mornings became Screech mornings. For years, Dustin played that role, not just on the original show, but on spin-offs too. He grew up on camera. While other kids were learning who they were, Dustin was learning lines. While others made mistakes in private, his were public. Saved by the Bell made him famous, but it also locked him into one identity: Screech. When the show ended, things got harder. Hollywood moved on. The phone stopped ringing. Dustin tried stand-up comedy, he appeared on reality shows, he searched for new opportunities. But people didn't see Dustin Diamond, they only saw Screech. In 2009, he released a book called Behind the Bell. It claimed shocking things about his co-stars and life on set. Years later, Dustin admitted much of the book was exaggerated and written by a ghostwriter. He said he regretted it, but the damage was done. His relationships with former cast members were strained. Public opinion turned colder. Behind the scenes, Dustin struggled financially. In 2001, he filed for bankruptcy. He tried selling merchandise online just to save his home. Fame hadn't made him rich. It had made life complicated. Then came the legal trouble. In December 2014, Dustin was arrested in Wisconsin after a bar incident. A man was stabbed during the fight. Dustin did not stab anyone, but police found a concealed knife on him. He was convicted of carrying a concealed weapon and disorderly conduct. He was sentenced to 4 months in jail. He served most of it. Later, in 2016, he went back to jail for violating probation after testing positive for oxycodone. For a kid who once made America laugh, this was a hard fall. His personal life wasn't stable either. He had long relationships. Reports mentioned a marriage, but records show he was not legally married when he died. He moved often, tried to restart, tried to rebuild. Some days were better than others. Like many former child stars, Dustin struggled with identity. Imagine being known worldwide for something you did at 12 and then spending the rest of your life trying to escape it. That was Dustin. In January 2021, Dustin started feeling sick, very tired, weak. Something felt wrong. He went to the hospital. Doctors ran tests. The diagnosis came back fast. Stage 4 small cell carcinoma. A deadly form of lung cancer. It had already spread through his body. Doctors tried chemotherapy, but the cancer was too aggressive. Within weeks, his condition collapsed. He was moved to hospice care. Friends gathered. His girlfriend stayed close. He knew the end was coming. He accepted it. On February 1st, surrounded by people who loved him, Dustin Diamond died. He was 44 years old. News spread quickly. Fans were shocked. Former castmates shared messages. Some remembered him fondly. Others remembered a complicated man. But everyone agreed on one thing. His life was not easy. Dustin Diamond became famous before he understood what fame meant. He carried that weight for decades. He made mistakes. He struggled publicly. He tried to reinvent himself. Sometimes he succeeded. Sometimes he didn't. But behind the headlines and controversies was a human being. A kid who just wanted to act. A man who wanted peace. Today, most people remember Screech. The awkward smile, the funny voice. But Dustin Diamond was more than that. He was a child star navigating adulthood, a person learning the hard way that fame doesn't protect you from pain. His story is not just about television. It's about how fast life can change, how fragile success can be, and how even familiar faces carry unseen battles. Dustin Diamond didn't die famous. He died human.